Hello, everybody, to the newest season of the Nitro Racing League Heat series. Yeah. um, we're here for the Daytona 500. Ignore that it's saying the 400. We're just having this race at night. So a lot of new rules this season. The big one is no stages and a completely different new point system that rewards better finishes and wins more than finishing last. Like first place gets 100 points, and 25th place gets 1 point. And also, there was 31 people for this race, so everyone was really nervous on how this was going to go. And we did a pace lap to set the order of this race, due to the duels and single car quality. So Mahu was on pole. Uh, so this is the start of the race. This race ends on lap 101. There are no stages anymore in Nitro, so it is just a race. No gimmicks, no nothing. So a lot has changed. Andrew, the back season champ, has retired from console racing, and Gary Owen, most of you guys probably know who watch my channel, has also decided not to race this season. So we have two. So there's a lot of faces shifted and stuff. Pretty calm start here. Nothing much to talk about. So I'm gonna explain what's happened. So we also have two new teammates at JGR, and Kermit in the 18, the truck champion from last season, and Jeb, who was a competitive truck driver, just had to do on a part-time schedule. To, so, um, yeah, and I make a mistake when I slide up high. But yeah, this season's crazy because there's no person limit. So we had 31 people for this race, and everyone was pretty terrified of how this race was going to go. I thought it was going to be a wreckfest and be a complete disaster. But spoiler alert, it really wasn't. There was not many cautions this race. But yeah, so that's basically the gist of it. A lot of moving around. You can look at the actual official Nitro Racing League network channel to find out the where people are driving and stuff. But yeah, 31 people was quite crazy. But for me, it actually wasn't that crazy of a race. I ran up front pretty much the entire race. So um, it's just a lot of single file right now. We've gone 16 laps green, but you can see there's issues for some drivers who are just losing time. But there was a crash in the back, and this will bring out the first caution. And we are racing back to the line due to split parties, obviously, because you only have 16 in an Xbox party. So yeah, that's as simple as that. So people only people started making moves at the line here, but come across the line in 10th. So it was a decent enough start. But lap 19, we still have choose cones, so that's why we're like 16th, because so many people take the inside and a lot of people in the back took the outside. I think there was like times when like the 13th place guy would go all the way up to the front row. It was pretty crazy. But there's a normal start here, nothing too crazy. And had a lot of bumper glitching and stuff, and yeah, it was a really actually pretty tame race for me. I know probably the back was really crazy, but kind of we just came and raced. Really, I mean, DJR, we didn't really have a plan. We just kind of like we hope to get together at some point and make something happen. People tend to make these giant plans and stuff, and we've never really had big plans. At DJR, we're like, yeah, we'll just get together. We'll try to get together at some point and make something happen. That's usually the extent of the plan. But yeah, there was a caution here that was called on lap 25 going to 26, and Mahu was leading the first part, and everybody just ditched him when the caution got called. It was pretty funny, to be honest, but didn't really have a position, really wasn't in a position to make any ground up, so kind of start letting off the gas at this point, and LCS gets in the wall, but I didn't pass them, so uh, 11th place, so fair enough for me. We decided to take the outside just to see, because we were like so far back here, like, you know what, let's see what happens, right? We'll find a way in and we'll work our way back up if it goes really bad. But yeah, I didn't have the best start, but it was okay because I was gonna get the suck back up. But at this point, we kind of knew we were in trouble. But it's going through 1 and 2 here, and then Christian in the 21 gets a little tail happy, and I'm not really sure what happened, but chaos all behind me. I look behind, and there's cars flying, and that's gonna bring out another caution. So we're racing it back to the line, and there's just unfortunately there's not really a way for me to let Kermit in. I tried, but I got hit, and nothing I could have done there to help Kermit get in line. So, um, yeah, so we're gonna come across the line here in 7th, I believe. So LCS gets a run, but he's not going to be able to get me by the line. So, um, and since that was a complete lap, we go green instantly as fast as we can. We do a choose to come, then we go green instantly, and Wahoo's to the lead. But we decided to take the outside again, and LCS was kind of far behind, unfortunately. But yeah, that's just how it is, and sometimes the starts just don't go really without your way, and you just try to do all you can. But it's so hard to make stuff happen on the top, especially on restarts, because it's just nearly impossible. But Joseph in the 32 hits the apron and has a checkup on the bottom, and then me and Jonathan were able to get into line here. So that was really nice, and we actually gained track position because of it. And then at this point, it was just riding. There's nothing you really want to do at this point. It's simple as that. So lap 38 to 39, Eagle moves up for some reason in the 12th car, the winner of the All Star race, and he just moves up and decides he wants to go to the back for some reason. It was really bizarre, but yeah. And then we're just cruising, and then lap 44, I looked back because I saw a wreck, and I slid up, and the 14 was able to get by me, and then we did confirm there was a caution, so we're racing it back to line, and I have checked up so much, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a huge run. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna take. I told Karen, we're going. I don't care if it goes good or bad, we're going. So we get a huge run down the back, and then Jonathan comes up in front of me, and then when I hit him, I lose like 5 or 6 miles an hour. He probably should have stayed where he was, but it is what it is. And then everyone's just frantically going for positions when we can at this point, and then can't cross line in fifth, and then that's how it goes sometimes. And then this was the interesting part. So we're coming to green to lap 48, which is like 53 to go. And me and the JGR boys were like, it's like, man, can we save enough gas to do this on one stop? Like, we'd have to save 3 to 4 laps each run to do this. And we were debating it the entire run. And you were like, it might work. Just try it and see how it plays out. Because like, if we're all in the inside line in the top 10, right? We were like, well, might as well try because I got Jeb in the 11 and Kermit in the 18 directly behind me, single file. And Kermit tries to force me below the yellow, and I just don't have any of that. And we were able to stay single file at this point, but just trying my best here just to make sure we don't let anyone in. So we got Jonathan in like third in line. I'm in fifth in line, and then my two teammates are behind me, directly behind me. So we can make a play if we need to, but at this point, we were thinking maybe we can just save enough gas to make it to the end of the race, which is on one stop, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. With how much fuel we have to save, but we jump up to lap 52, just chilling, not much going on, right? And I'm like half throttle max this entire run. It's pretty crazy, and like I think everyone was kind of saving gas at this point. It's what we thought because the speeds were so low, but there was a moment there where 14 forced me below yellow. And no harm, no foul, right? If he forced me, I can still get the position, and I just took it. So it moved us in the fifth. And how the draft works, me and the JGR boys were talking. We're like, if we can get lazy out of this line somehow, we can make a move for the win because there's only 2 cars. And how the draft works, you need 3 cars to get a lot of speed. So we could try to maybe ditch the top 2 and make something happen. But we had to get the 17 of Lazy out of the way somehow because there's a Ford teammate ahead of him. So we have to hope he make a mistake, but it never really happened. And you can see four laps of field left, but since you're leading, you can't save a lot of gas. So a lot of the Chevys and the Fords are going to come to pit this lap, and we knew at this point the fuel game's up, and we just have to go push as hard as we can. And we decided we're going to go as far as we can. And we were talking like maybe we just take less fuel on the last stop, and we're really in a position to do that. So we go a couple laps, and then 32 comes up on the track. You can't do that, and it just messes up everything. It almost causes a huge crash, and somehow nobody's fun. And the 32 will have to serve a pass-through penalty at some point. And then at this point, I kind of told Steven, as soon as I get to you, I'm going to pass you because just got to keep the momentum rolling as best as we can, right? And that just sucked because we probably lost 2 seconds of 2 to 3 seconds of total like track time because of that, and you'll see how that will end up affecting us shortly. But we decided we're going to be coming in very soon this lap actually because even wasn't able to save his Jonathan wasn't able to save as much gas as us, so he's only got like 1 lap of fuel left at this point. So we're going to be coming in this lap, and I get on the brakes really early and I go low. I was really conservative because I didn't practice green flag pit stops, and we get in nice and safe. Liberty was able to get a huge gap, and you have to stay below the double yellow lines on the pit exit. And then Jonathan slides up. That's going to be a pass-through penalty. If you look in the mirror, Kermit does the same thing, and both my teammates are going to have to do drive-through penalties within the next few laps here. And they said we're going to push the like 3. You know, you give drivers time like 3 laps to make it let them do it. So, and then but we are ahead of everybody. So we had a great pit stop, and you think about we probably lost 2 to 3 seconds because of that checkup because of the 32. And here come the Fords and the Chevys with a huge run. The 10 of Chaffee, the 17 of Lazy, Mahu, and the 42 are also on the outside. And I'm going to have a huge run with Jonathan, and I'm like, I make a really dumb mistake here. I'm going to try to go through the middle, and I slide up too much. I hit Lazy. I put him in the wall. It was a huge mistake on my part, and then also all hell breaks loose behind us. And that is actually going to end up causing a caution with 2 cars back there. And that was 100% my fault, and I was just really dumb and honestly a little embarrassed. And um, yeah, and then we're racing back to the line. But Libert, who took fuel only, gets a huge jump. You can see how far he's ahead. But everyone, I try to make a move, and then I end up going to lose a spot to TikTok here. But now everyone came to pit road here. Most people did. And just taking fuel only to make sure we can make it to the end of the race. We had found ourselves second on the inside row for this restart with about 23 laps to go in the Daytona 500. And I felt like this is a really good spot to be in, like a really good spot to be in. And the restart goes, and the inside just gets the hugest jump. And I was already thinking, I'm like, all right, if I lay back here, because I'm going to have the space, I'm going to start laying back really early and try to get a run down the back and try to clear them. And you can see I'm starting to lay back already, trying to build a run. And I'm really just checking everybody up so I can get a huge run. And I'm going to try to get lava cakes here. And I get in the run starting to form. I'm going to go for it. I feel like this is my shot to try to take the lead of the race. And the runs it's going to keep going. It keeps going. I'm hoping I can clear him by the entrance to 3, but I'm not able to do it. I was about half a foot short from being able to clear him, and I knew it was a mistake at that point because, yeah, I was just like, I was so close. If Eagle was able to be just a little closer, I think I could have made it happen. But a little bit later, a lap later, I was able to fall into 6th in line, and then yeah, so the 36 of Lava Cakes making his first career Cup start tonight at Daytona, and has taken the lead with coming to 21 laps to go. I slide up a little bit. Combat fills the hole. I have to move up again, and I'm just making mistakes at this point. And I'm getting a little worried that I'm going to keep losing track position. And then 62 moves up. But about a quarter lap later, I was able to get in line at 9th and then move up to 8th because Gas Smoker was in that point. But a caution would be called at this point, coming to lap 81, coming to 20 to go. A caution was called, and we crossed the line in 8th place. Setting up for a very intense last few laps here at Daytona. And Kermit, as me and the JGR boys decided to take the outside just to try to get all the JGR boys closest. And remember, Jonathan's like right behind this too, and Kermit, who both had to start in the rear on that last restart because of their penalties that they didn't serve on the green, so they had to restart in the back. And then they've already moved their way back up to the top 10 and 5 here. And then Liber slides up too much, and I have to check up. And then, unfortunately, that just kind of ruins the outside. But Jonathan was already on the inside. He let Kermit in, and then Kermit's gonna let me in when Combat here gets by me. Of Connor Combat, yeah, gets by me here, and yeah, it's gonna get. We have 3 JGR cars all on the line. 6. Well, it's gonna end up being 5th, 6th, and 7th at this point. And then the 36 gets shuffled out of line. He slides up. Eagle, and it's gonna take the lead. Of the Xfinity champion will take the lead. The funny thing about Eagle, he's the Xfinity champion. He did not win a race all season. He's never won a race in his actual series. He's won a truck race, but he was an Xfinity driver when he did it. LCS moves up on lap 85, and we're able to cover the holes. And the JGR cars, the three JGR cars, are now third, fourth, and fifth. And lap 87 at this point, Combat makes a move, hits a glitch spot. He gets into the wall. Now JGR is second, third, and fourth, and we were like, yes, this is great because there's nothing. We felt like there was nothing Eagle could do at this point. And then I right here I make a mistake because I slide up because I'm trying to call a caution because there's a wreck in the back, and then we fall in line, and then we're gonna try to get a huge run to get Eagle by the line. So that's how it's gonna go. And Kermit's gonna get a run, but he's just not able to build a big enough run. But he's got a run. He's gonna try to take it a little bit to the outside. Eagle's able to defend it quite easily, and we're gonna come second, third, and fourth with 11 laps to go at the caution. So we are setting up, and we need to make sure all the JGR cars are lined up close together. We can't let anyone in because it's critical for all three of us. And I don't get the best start, and then I was very nervous that Bacon was gonna fall right in. I thought there was a hole, but he never took it. Then I get a run on Kermit. Jonathan's trying. It's gonna be able to fill the hole maybe behind me. He gets on my bumper. He hits the apron. And I check up a little bit to make sure he can't get in. And I make a mistake because I let Lava Cakes in. I was just trying to help Jonathan and make sure we didn't get anyone in. And then we made a mistake and we let a guy in. So lap 96, coming to lap 97, there was a crash in the back. A caution has been called. I'm laying back to build a huge run and try to get a spot. Kermit goes for a move. Lava Cakes ditches him. And then I'm like, this is a huge run. I wish Kermit kind of got out of the way here if there was a way, because this run was going to be so massive. And it is what it is. It's not a big deal. It was a massive run. I'm going to the outside. When I hit him, I lose 10 miles an hour. And unfortunately, that's just how it is. But we are able to move into third, and JGR will be third, fourth, and fifth for this final restart, possibly for a green-white checkered. Of course, it's going to end in a green-white checker. Why wouldn't it, right? So we're coming to the final 2 laps of the 11th season of Daytona 500. Eagle is in the lead. Has never won a race in his respective series. Lava Cakes on the inside is also on his first start. Kyle Busch 05 in the 14 has never won a cup race yet, but he did a few starts last season, but the Xfinity runner-up. But here we go for the final 2 laps of the Daytona 500. We get a decent start. Outside actually got a really good start too. They were pretty much even, and I was like, "That's not good. I need to get clear of those guys because I want to make a move." But what I think Eagle was doing, it was smart. He wasn't actually full throttle right now. He was trying to keep the lanes even, so both lanes like no one can make a move, right? So, but off turn 2, the inside starts getting the momentum, starts moving ahead a little bit slowly but surely, and at this point, I'm pretty sure we're gonna make it to the white flag. And we're able to clear the 14. Jonathan's also able to do it. And at this point, I kind of knew it was going to be kind of hard with how close that outside lane was to make something happen. But you can see I'm starting to lay back to try to build something. And I kind of knew I was going to have to do this on my own. But white flag, Eagle leads. Lava Cake's trying to make some moves, but nothing's happening. And here, I'm going to start laying way back, and try to get a big run. And hopefully my teammates can follow me, and I tell them I'm going right now, and this huge run's going to come. 36 makes room. The 20 gets leg spiked behind me, and that pretty much ruins any chance that we have of making a play to win this race because we do not have the help from behind. And unfortunately, I try to make a desperate move. I get in the wall, and then I'm able to cut off the 14, and then all chaos is happening behind me. Everyone's like full throttle in this chaos, and then there's a crash. The 43 goes around, and like half the field crashes. You can't see it because I'm like focused on getting headed. But Eagle's gonna win his first career cup race in the Daytona 500 in quite a crazy finish, to be honest. But yeah, that's the end of that, and it was kind of heartbreaking that my teammates got bumper glitched and like sent back because I think if they were able to stick with me, there was a shot to make something happen. But that's how it goes sometimes, and yeah, I mean, P4 is not bad. I mean, it's a good way to start the season, especially with the new point system where
good finishes, especially top 5 finishes, are very critical of making the playoffs. And there's no, and also another thing with the seasons, the playoffs, there's no eliminations. Like it's an old style chase. So yeah, it was a crazy race. It was fun. It was relatively clean, and I'm ready for this new season. Hopefully, it goes as well as this race did. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you liked it, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. This race wasn't streamed on my Twitch channel, but I usually do. My internet's been a little crappy, but my Twitch channel is also in the description. I stream a lot and stream these races typically. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next week for Homestead. Bye.